Good morning, students. Welcome to GVP DOC and welcome to Chemistry Paper 6 online classes. And the main topic is bioinorganic chemistry. And in that, again, the present topic is significance of iron. First of all, the sources of iron. The sources of iron, main sources of iron is liver. Liver means animal liver, and fish, egg yolk, spinac, leafy plants, spinac, and carrots, tomatoes, apple, etc. In all these sources, generally the iron is very rich in apples and carrots. So if we regularly take a small glass of carrot juice or one apple, you should not get any deficiency of iron. Okay, then the significance. What is the main significance? What is the significance? Means the role of iron in human body. Blood cells means the red blood cells. You know about human body contains two type of blood cells, red blood cells and white blood cells. In that, red blood cells contains a substance known as hemoglobin. 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 Okay. So cells contains hemoglobin, and this hemoglobin is a complex compound. You know that a complex compound, you all well know about what is a complex compound. Complex compound means which contains a central metal ion, and around a central metal ion there will be a number of ligands. You know that this if any substance is present in this form, MLN form, then it is called a complex compound. You all know that. Then our hemoglobin is also a complex compound which contains iron as a central metal ion. And it contains a 94% of protein. Almost 94% is protein part. That protein part is called globin. Globin. And iron is a central ion. Okay. So the main significance of iron is it present as a central ion in hemoglobin, and this hemoglobin is present in our red blood cells. Okay. Then what is the function of this hemoglobin in our human body? What is the function of this hemoglobin? Hemoglobin, hemoglobin absorbs oxygen from respiratory organs and forms oxyhemoglobin. So as we breathe air, the oxygen will supply through the lungs to hemoglobin. So then the hemoglobin becomes oxyhemoglobin, means one of the globin part is replaced by oxygen in hemoglobin, and that hemoglobin is called oxyhemoglobin. And this oxyhemoglobin is very unstable and loses oxygen at different parts of our body. In this way, iron acts as an oxygen carrier. Okay, means if you breathe air, the oxygen is supplied through the lungs to the hemoglobin, and the hemoglobin becomes oxyhemoglobin. That oxyhemoglobin nature is very unstable complex compound, so it loses a oxygen at every part of our body. In that way, the oxygen is supplied to all parts of our body. So oxygen is supplied to our body through a complex compound called hemoglobin, and in which the central ion is iron. So now overall, what we can say, the iron is a carrier of oxygen in our body. So without iron, the content of oxygen will decreases in our human body. Okay, then if the same type of reaction takes place between oxygen, just like as I said, if the reaction between oxygen and hemoglobin forms oxyhemoglobin. Similarly, if carbon monoxide reacts with hemoglobin, then it forms carboxyhemoglobin, which is very stable and poisonous. Sometimes we can see at main junctions of highways, means at signals, too much of combusted fuel comes out from the automobile vehicles, and sometimes some of the people, if they inhale that carbon monoxide heavily, immediately they got vomitings, or somebody they become unconscious because of this carboxyhemoglobin which is formed in our body. Because it is very stable, it won't transport anything in our body, so entire hemoglobin becomes poisoned. So that is what is called carboxyhemoglobin. I will underline. So if oxygen reacts with hemoglobin, it forms oxyhemoglobin, which is unstable, and in this way iron acts as oxygen carrier. Similarly, if carbon monoxide reacts with hemoglobin, it forms carboxyhemoglobin, and which is very stable and also poisonous. Okay students, in this way the iron acts as a good carrier iron acts as a carrier, oxygen carrier in human body. Now you can see on the screen. Now you can see you can see a structure. That structure is known as heme, or in other way we call it as myoglobin also. In other way we call it as myoglobin also. So in this structure you can see four, if you observe carefully, then you can see four imidazole rings. I will show you four imidazole rings. These four rings are called four imidazole rings. Okay, now the nitrogen present in these imidazole rings, four nitrogens, forms bonds with iron. Okay, so now it is four coordinated complex means square planar complex, because it contains four ligands with a central ion, and the iron present in +2 state. +2, see iron, it is written as +2, and which contains a number of methyl groups and 2 carboxylic acid groups also. So this is what is called heme, or in other words we call it as myoglobin also. heme or myoglobin. Okay, now you can see a structure on the screen. This is what is called oxyhemoglobin. That means if you see this structure, in this structure you can see 4 nitrogens are present, but along with this 4 we have one oxygen, and also this part is nothing but globin part. This part is called globin. Okay, this part is globin part, and this is oxygen. Now this becomes a hemoglobin. This part is called oxyhemoglobin, because one side it contains globin and other side it contains oxygen, so which is called oxyhemoglobin. If both sides globin parts are there, then it is hemoglobin. If both sides globin parts are there, then it is hemoglobin. But one of the globin part is replaced by, as I earlier said that one part of the globin is replaced by oxygen, then it becomes oxyhemoglobin, which is very unstable. Now I will show you the carboxyhemoglobin also. This is carboxyhemoglobin. While showing, instead of showing entire structure, I am simply showing these 4 nitrogens, which is a square planar complex, and along with this we have one side a carbon monoxide and other side a globin part is there. This is called carboxyhemoglobin, which is very stable and poisonous too. Okay, so in examinations you should, instead of writing oxyhemoglobin, carboxyhemoglobin, better if you write the structures. If you draw the structures, you will get good marks. Okay, then after carboxyhemoglobin, so the first part we already explained that first significance is it acts as an oxygen carrier. Now the second point of the significance, development of red blood cells involves a number of stages. At a particular stage, hemoglobin is synthesized. For that stage, large quantity of iron is required, otherwise abnormal red blood cells, RBC means red blood cells, erythrocytes, leukocytes are developed. See, the meaning of this wording is, in our body the red blood cells will be generated every day and decomposed every day. In the generation of red blood cells, it takes a number of stages. Of course, we don't study all the stages. Life science people may study that number of stages of synthesis of red blood cells, but we just study about only the stage of red blood cells which involves hemoglobin. So one part of the stage involves hemoglobin in the development of red blood cells. One part of the stage involves hemoglobin. If there is no hemoglobin, red blood cell count RBC will decrease it, so that becomes abnormal value, and in place of red blood cells, large number of erythrocytes, leukocytes will be developed, which is called white blood cells, which are called white blood cells. And these white blood cells sometimes they attacks foreign virus and bacteria, but instead, if the number of erythrocytes, leukocytes increases in our body, they attacks the immunity of our own body, which is called autoimmune disease. So if red blood cells are not synthesized properly, white blood cells abnormally increases in our body. So the particular stage of red blood cells needs hemoglobin. If at that stage hemoglobin needs large quantity of iron. So the entire thing is based on iron. If there is a deficiency of iron in our body, RBC will decreases. Okay, this is about the second point. Now only 2 points about iron. Now, deficiency of iron. Deficiency of iron causes a condition called anemia. Somebody, and you all well known about a recent fever called dengue. In dengue fever, suddenly the red blood cells count will decreases, blood platelets will decreases. The condition is called anemia. So they are suffering with anemia. So they need a large quantity of iron. Okay, symptoms you can see general weakness, low blood count, and low blood pressure. They always seen very weak and dumb. Sorry, weak and dizzy, which is called dizziness. And the last point is generally women requires more iron than men. So this is about the significance of iron and the deficiency of iron. In examinations generally they ask significance of calcium as well as iron as an essay question. You need to mention the sources of both and significance and deficiency. So thank you students. This is about significance of iron, bioinorganic chemistry part class 2. In the next class we will see the significance of sodium, potassium and chloride.